The U.S. Senate narrowly averted a government shutdown, passing a crucial funding bill in the 11th hour. The bill, a stopgap measure to keep the government funded for another 6 months, passed with a 54-46 vote. This last-minute agreement prevented what would have been the second government shutdown of the year, a scenario that could have had devastating consequences for millions of Americans. The bill's passage was far from certain, with intense negotiations taking place until the final moments. The bill's fate rested on the support of 10 Senate Democrats, who sided with their Republican colleagues in a move that has sparked both praise and controversy. These Democrats argued that their vote was necessary to prevent a shutdown and the economic turmoil that would have ensued. They emphasized the need to protect essential government services and the livelihoods of federal employees. The passage of the funding bill, while a significant development, has exposed deep divisions within the Democratic Party. The 10 senators who voted in favor of the bill have faced criticism from their more progressive colleagues in the House of Representatives, who argue that the bill represents a capitulation to Republican demands. The decision of the 10 Democratic senators to support the government funding bill has exposed a growing rift within the party. Progressive Democrats, particularly those in the House of Representatives, have voiced their strong opposition to the bill and criticized their Senate colleagues for enabling its passage. They argue that the bill falls short of addressing crucial Democratic priorities and represents a missed opportunity to hold the line on key issues. Leading the charge against the bill was Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, a prominent voice in the progressive wing of the Democratic Party. Ocasio-Cortez condemned the bill as a betrayal of democratic values and accused those who supported it of caving to Republican pressure. She argued that the bill fails to adequately address critical issues such as climate change, income inequality, and healthcare. The internal strife within the Democratic Party comes at a precarious time. With the 2026 midterm elections approaching, the party faces an uphill battle to maintain its slim majority in the Senate. The division over the funding bill highlights the challenges the party faces in bridging the gap between its moderate and progressive wings. Amidst the legislative battle over government funding, former President Donald Trump has continued to insert himself into the political fray. In a move widely seen as an attempt to undermine the Biden administration and further his own political ambitions, Trump paid a visit to the Department of Justice. During his visit, Trump delivered a scathing critique of the Biden administration's handling of crime and justice, accusing them of being soft on crime and weaponizing the justice system for political purposes. Trump's visit to the DOJ came just days after he made another controversial decision, this time targeting the FBI. In a move that drew condemnation from Democrats and some Republicans, Trump announced the cancellation of plans for a new FBI headquarters. The decision, which reversed a plan that had been in motion for years, was seen by many as an act of retribution against the FBI, which Trump has repeatedly accused of bias against him. These actions are just the latest in a series of moves by Trump that have raised concerns about his respect for the rule of law and democratic norms. His continued attacks on law enforcement agencies and his attempts to undermine public trust in democratic institutions have drawn sharp criticism from both sides of the aisle. The confluence of these events, the narrow avoidance of a government shutdown, the deepening divisions within the Democratic Party, Trump's ongoing attacks on the justice system, paints a picture of a political landscape in constant flux. As the 2026 midterm elections draw closer, the stakes for both parties continue to rise. The Democrats, grappling with internal divisions facing a challenging political environment, will need to find a way to unify their party, articulate a clear message to voters. Meanwhile, Trump's continued presence, his ability to command the attention of the Republican base, remain a potent force in American politics. His pronouncements continue to shape the political discourse, even as he faces multiple legal challenges and investigations. In the midst of this political turmoil, the passage of the Halt Fentanyl Act stands out as a rare example of bipartisan cooperation. The act, which strengthens penalties for fentanyl traffickers, passed the Senate with overwhelming support from both Democrats and Republicans. This rare display of unity underscores the urgent need for action to address the opioid epidemic, a crisis that continues to claim thousands of lives each year. Despite the political gridlock that often paralyzes Washington, the passage of the Halt Fentanyl Act offers a glimmer of hope that lawmakers can still come together to address pressing national challenges.